was coined by people who believe that television makes those who watch it stupider, but sometimes it seems it can be called that for the people inside it. Throughout the years, TV shows have been riddled with characters so stupid that you have to figure they'd never be able to survive in reality. Sometimes these characters are meant to be stupid, and sometimes they just act in ways that make you think they need special help. With debate and discussion open, here are my picks for the 10 stupidest characters of television. Number 10, Lois Lane and Clark Kent from The Adventures of Superman. I had planned on just putting Lois from the 1950s series, but looking over the episodes again, she could actually be pretty sharp sometimes. Of course, that still doesn't excuse that she couldn't tell her mild-mannered colleague was the Man of Steel. But George Reeves' portrayal as Clark Kent was worse. He was practically telling people he was Superman.
Don't tell me you think you're a human lie detector.
Not exactly.
Cut it out. Only Superman could do a thing like that.
Maybe Superman made a bad one about that put-and-take top.
How did you know about that?
Heck, it was in canon on this show that Clark, the guy who looks quite like Superman, was the only person who could contact him. So for Clark throwing his alter ego at Lois and her inability to see it, they make this list together. Number 9, Dr. Draken from Kim Possible. Here's an example of someone intentionally stupid for comedic purposes. I love this guy. He's like a throwback to classic cartoon villains. You don't tune in to see how he's going to take over the world. You tune in to see how spectacularly he's going to fail at it.
Now watch a master at work. Ooh, shiny.
Feast your eyes on this vision of doomsday genius.
Ooh, try again, Picasso.
Recently, there's another Disney mad scientist looking to challenge him for this spot, but I'm sticking with the predecessor. Dr. Draken, proof that good will always triumph because evil is dumb. Number 8, Ted Baxter from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Ron Burgundy has nothing on this bumbling buffoon of a broadcaster. How this anchorman got from that 5,000-watt station in Fresno to WJM in the Twin Cities is beyond me, but the late Ted Knight's character set the standard that people like Will Ferrell must dream of reaching.
The woman who didn't know one dog from another was a vegetarian.
Veterinarian!
I think I'll go to my dressing room and have a little fiesta. Nothing like a little naparino.
Give me that list of words that Baxter mispronounced on last night's show.
Catch the top one, Lou.
The top one. Chicago.
The later seasons did show some form of character development, mainly because Knight begged the producers to give him more depth. But longtime fans of Mary know what they'll always remember Ted as.
Marcello Mastroianni of Minneapolis newscaster. He has trouble speaking English, too.
Number 7, Odie. No matter if you're watching one of Garfield's TV specials or the Garfield and Friends TV show, this is the favorite dumb mud of so many people. It took him 3 years to learn how to breathe. His IQ is so low you can't test it, you have to dig for it. No, see, I'm not just reading that out of one of the books. I have those things memorized.
Hollow. Hi, boy. Only someone really dumb would enjoy a week in the woods. He never misses a cue.
Now, there were some instances where he actually did think on his feet, like the time when he helped get John to the hospital for an appendectomy. But mostly he was as dumb as a rock, but 3 times as lovable. Number 6, Ralph Wiggum. I could have drawn from a hat one of many Simpsons characters for this list, but Ralph Wiggum seems to top them all.
Me fail English? That's impossible. Teacher, my shoes are making noise. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers. Is this my house?
No, you live in a different house.
Choo, 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 woo, woo.
He could be higher on this list, but maybe I'm taking pity on him for being a kid. He might grow out of this phase if he has the right parenting. Oh. Well, hopefully he'll marry Lisa when they grow up, because if his future wife's not a genius, his kids might turn out dumber than Bob the Blob. Ralph Wiggum. Proof that you don't have to be a moron to live in Springfield, but it sure helps. Number 5, Gilligan. Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a great dimwit, whose actions drove his 6 comrades to an everlasting fit. He ruined almost every plan to get them off that rock. It makes you wonder how the minnow ever left the dock. And just as bad was how he shrugged off Mary Ann and Gin. This stupid, naive man-child must have died a virgin. And so he makes our list this brainless doofus and his smile, whose bumbling kept the castaways stuck on Gilligan's Isle. Number 4, the adults of South Park. At the risk of alienating people, I never liked this show. So for me to put its characters on this list just goes to show how stupid they are. Whether they're rioting in the street for every little crisis, abandoning their kids to follow Kyle's mom's latest crusade, or demanding the freedom of a baby killer, these people make you think there's something in the alcohol that takes away common sense.
Do you think they're gonna be pissed at us for lying that they molested us and sending them all to jail for 10 days?
Kyle, we're so sorry for the horrible sexual abuse over the years.
Kyle, what the hell is going on this time? I have no idea. Dad, what the hell is going on?
A cartoon.
The adults of South Park. Let's all hope and pray the children are our future. Number 3, Larrabee from Get Smart. When you can make Maxwell Smart look competent by comparison, that's saying something. Larrabee started out as just an extra with a name on the show, but with one act in the 2nd season finale, he found his identity.
Larrabee, quick, follow that car!
Larrabee, why would they use a delicatessen for a munitions depot? And if they did, how would they get the guns to their agents?
I know that delicatessen, Chief. They deliver.
Larrabee, every Chaos agent in Washington will be going in and coming out of the Redemption Center. They're sure to recognize us.
Oh, really?
One of the few disappointments I had with the Get Smart movie was how Larrabee was more of a brash snob of an agent rather than a buffoon. Oh well, we still have Robert Carvelis' portrayal to laugh at and shake our heads at his stupidity. Number 2, Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Homer Simpson is a complete dolt, an utter moron, someone whose only reason for existence is to make others look smarter. And Homer Simpson could join Mensa compared to Peter Griffin. The guy filled his pickup truck with jet fuel. He threw away his family's savings on a brain-dead horse. In fact, it was finally stated in canon that Peter is mentally retarded.
Well, would a mentally retarded guy have hired a bulldozer with a drunk driver to level half of his house in celebration of his fantastic test results?
Maybe.
So, listen, I just found out I'm retarded, and, I'm just calling to let you know, you might want to get yourself tested. Hello?
Peter Griffin. Lucky he's not your Family Guy. But my number 1 pick of the stupidest TV characters, Major Anthony Nelson. There is no doubt in my mind this is the most boneheaded individual ever seen on the small screen. Someone who would make any grown man who's watched I Dream of Jeannie cry at his stupidity. Now, Major Nelson does not top this list because he wouldn't let his magical servant give him the riches of the world. Not at all. That type of work ethic should be applauded and is what built countries like the USA. No, Major Nelson tops the list for one big reason. He had this woman madly in love with him, and he constantly refused her. I mean, we knew he wasn't gay because he dated other women throughout the series. Women that you took one look at and said, what does she have that Jeannie doesn't? Yes, he finally did marry her in the last season. Still, for 4 years worth of episodes, heterosexual males across the world could only watch and say in unison, this is the stupidest person in all of television. I mean, come on, guys. If you had someone like that doting all over you, what would you do?
Master, I'm lonely and I need you.
See you next time on TV Trash!